Good morning, John. It's January 26th, Wednesday, and Saratoga is open for business. By the way, I have a question for you. What's the best strategy for making a bet if you're a beginner?
Great question, Linda, and welcome enthusiasts to the channel. So best strategy is the one I would say is the strategy that you're most familiar and most comfortable with, right? For example, you have been very successful in the names of the horses and playing the names. There's a little bit of derivative there that we'll get into in a second, but I think that's a good strategy. I look for angles within it. I look for long shots. I think people who watch the channel know that I look at long shots quite a bit. I'm looking for trainer changes, something that doesn't seem right. Why? If I'm asking myself why is this horse in the race, then that's probably a horse that I need to be betting on, right? Because you'll see a horse that has stats that doesn't fit in, and you're like, why is this horse here? Particularly at Saratoga, where owners like to win, right? Why is the horse in the race? I think one of the things we get confused about when we're looking at any specific race, more towards the end of the day, I tend to get better as the day goes on track, all right? Not when I'm necessarily handicapping beforehand and then making the wagers, but on track I tend to get better as the day goes on, and I'm not sure why that is exactly. I'm kind of thinking about maybe it's focus, maybe it's energy, but one of the things that I think I bring into the equation is more like that kind of directs us to betting overlays, is that I won't look to just win a race and bet on a trifecta or an exacta with the favorite. I'm looking to win money. Right? There's a difference between betting to win the race and betting to win money, right? Betting to win the race, you can do that all day, and you probably can be winning. You just bet on the winner, the favorite every day, every race, but you're going to end up losing money in the long run, right? Because you still have to get over that takeout, right? You still have to get over that takeout to make money, and sometimes just betting winners alone, the favorites alone, you're not going to get there. So, typically what I do is I ask myself in the back of my mind, right? What do I need to make out of this race? And I know it seems convoluted to ask it that way, but I'm like, what do I want to make out of this race, right? Okay, given you have to make something fixed in that equation, right? Let's say your fixed bet. Okay, let's just say $20, right? You have $20 to win. What do I want to make out of this bet? And then what I do is I often back into, out of the list of 5 horses that I like in this race, which are the horses that are going to get me to that number? And then given that, who do I think is the best chance to get me to that number? So I know it sounds convoluted, but it does work, and it is proven. And then basically what it is a derivative of that whole betting overlays kind of thing. Now coming back to how you wager, right, which is by names, which is beautiful. We have one today, which we'll go into a little bit in a second. It's worked very successfully. In fact, compared to if we just evaluate both of us, it worked. You've had the highest win. And it's in essence what it's doing is it's doing 2 things, because you'll like a name, and sometimes you like a name that's a 1-to-1 shot or a 30-to-1 shot, and then you have gotten to a point now though when you say I think 3 horses are talking to me, their names are talking to me, these are the 3, but this one is 1-to-1, you'll take that out. So you're actually doing the overlay thing right there and going to a higher odds horse, and that's you don't know that's what you're doing, but that's the calculation that you're going through in your mind. So I think that's great. So in the what is it, the 8th race today, there's a horse that is ringing for both of us, and it's the same horse, which is kind of nice. The 4th race, if you look at, I tried to footnote these things a little bit today. If we look at the 4th race today at Saratoga, which is the 26th, right? Wednesday 26th, we're back live today. Sorry, it's not, it's the 8th race, so pardon me. So the 8th race, you have the 4, Okay Honey. So Linda likes the name, and we like the name because a family member is named Honey, right? And she hasn't been feeling well lately, but we're working with her, and she's doing better. But Okay Honey, that's a nice little that's a nice family connection, if you will, to the horse. And so Linda is attracted to that. 8-to-1 odds. so it fits into the sort of the overlay kind of thing. And what I like about it is, again, we go back to it has run. It has won almost $400,000. When it runs this type of race, it's right there. It's running right around the par, so it does pretty well as far as the buyer par. And the one thing I wanted to point out, its last race was July 7th at Belmont, 6 furlongs. So this race is, I think, 6.5 furlong. And it came in second by a head. Lost to this horse named Valaluja, right? This horse, I've been following this horse. And this horse, I think, the first week of Saratoga, won, and again at another long shot. So the horse that beat it by a head came back at Saratoga and won. And that's a screaming angle right there. So what we have there is proof that maybe that race was a good race, and we have 2 good horses coming out of that race. And maybe OK Honey runs to that quality today. And like, nothing's 100%, but it's lining up like maybe this is a good angle. Then we have a close to the buyer's speed figure, and then we have the name factor and we have the overlay odds. So
and the number.
Yeah. So in the number 4, right? So in the 8th race, we like the 4, right? OK Honey. And then I just want to, before we conclude today, and again, I'll summarize the picks and the long shots in the comment section, just as we've been doing. It seems to be working pretty well. I wanted to call out in the 4th race today, if you have a chance to watch the 4th race today, and again, you can watch all of Saratoga. Saratoga Live is on YouTube live, and it's broadcast live or streamed live on YouTube. And so you can watch all the races on YouTube. And then race 4 in particular, we have a great horse. I really like this horse, and I've watched this horse now for it seems like at least 2 years. I guess this is the 3rd year. Her name is Echo Zulu, right? She's a 4-year-old, but she's a Grade 1 winner, 3-time Grade 1 winner. Her in her first year, which was her 2-year-old year. So she's a Grade 1 winner, 2 for 2 at Saratoga. She's in a race today, a graded stakes, Grade 2, with 4 horses in it. And she's the speed in the race. And she's just a wonderful horse, gun runner again. So keep that in mind. Remember how we're saying, like, what are the pedigrees? How do we remember the pedigrees? How do we reinforce that? Here's another gun runner that runs well at Saratoga. Surprise, surprise. And she's done well. I'm a real fan of hers, Echo Zulu. Now, does that mean she's going to have an easy trip and can do it? No, not necessarily. It depends really on how the race unfolds. And with a small horse field, sometimes it is. It doesn't always work out how you think it's going to, right? How do you judge the speed? How does the jockey rate? Usually they tend to stick together. So then you would say, well, that opens the door for closers. Number 2 has much higher speed figures, has run at Gulfstream most of its career. So, and it has won once at Saratoga, Frank's Rocket. I think if I'm looking at a long shot, I'm saying the 3, Mary Quite Contrary, seems to be the more of the dead drop closer. And then 4, has Irad on it, so you never can count that horse out. So, it's not going to be an easy race for the 1, Echo Zulu, but it's a fan favorite, and it's my favorite, and one of my picks for today. So with that, I was going to say, if you like these videos, tell someone. Like the video itself, subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. We're getting the content. It's improving, more frequent, and with that, we're getting more subscribers. So thanks for all your help. I really love doing this, and I'm hoping you're enjoying it. Any questions, comments, please send them in the comment field, and look for the pics in the comment section. Thank you.